out on any genuine reason, inshallah. Okay. All right, so Maryam alayhi salam was very righteous. She knows the messages from her Lord, but she is very surprised. She says, how will I have a child if she has not been married? Okay, and this is today the answer to all those Christian beliefs that think that living together is okay. And unfortunately today in a lot of Muslims also this message is there. Okay, there are a lot of people who think it's okay, I can date and I can be with anybody, and the boys and girls, they freely mix together, they hang out together, and even without marriage there are people living together, especially when people are at universities and colleges and whatnot. So there's so much happening all around us. How many of us have seen not so good stuff happening even in our schools, and things where this is not even considered wrong? Type yes if you think that you can see it happening in the dramas and media and the books that we read and the literature that we read. So here is the character of Maryam alayhi salam, and what is she saying? She's saying, I seek refuge in Rahman if you are God-fearing. Right, so this is the dua of Maryam alayhi salam, and this should be our dua as well. How many of us can add this dua in our life, inshallah, that Allah SWT, we seek protection with you. Just memorize this first part even. Inni a'udhu bir-Rahman. We say a'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem and ask Allah the most merciful to keep us protected. So it's very important for us girls. Please remember, it's very important to live a righteous life. It's very important to know what we are wearing, how we are, where are we going, what are we doing. Because I'm going to leave you with one hadith of the Prophet ﷺ told us that no man and woman is alone, and the third one is with them is shaitan. So try your best not to be alone with another male. If you ever have to have like a consultation with a teacher even or something like that, make sure you take a friend along or something like that, okay? Even if you think it's just a cousin or somebody, just don't stay alone. And all mothers, if their mother's listening out there, please make sure you educate your daughters on that. Not going alone with anybody, sleepovers and things like that. You have to be very careful. So she was a very protective woman, and she immediately asked, how is this going to happen? So Allah SWT gives the answer in verse number 47. إِذَا قَدَى أَمْرًا, when he decrees a matter, فَإِنَّمَا, then he only says to it, be, and it is. When a normal marriage happens, like a husband and wife, like a marriage happens and a baby is conceived, that's also kun fayakun. So same kun fayakun happened for Maryam alayhi salam when Isa alayhi salam was born, but there was no father involved. Okay, so that's why he's known as the Kalima, and Jibreel alayhi salam blew on it, and the whole story we're going to inshallah read it in more detail in Surah Maryam. And this word comes in Surah Yasin as well, kun fayakun. Right next to this, highlight these words, kun fayakun, and then just remember, nothing is impossible with Allah. Okay, impossible, you can split it. Impossible becomes I am possible with Allah. Allah can cool down the fire. Allah can split the oceans open. So yes, Allah SWT created Adam alayhi salam without a father and mother. And Isa alayhi salam was made without a father. Okay, so may Allah SWT help us know this. Now what he's going to do, he is going to be teaching his book. He will teach them the book. And this word we are very familiar with. Go ahead and write the meaning of this word, al-hikmah. We have been talking a lot about it in our classes, right? With the dua, Rabbi habli hukman. So go ahead and type for me the answer. What is hikmah? Let's see who is going to type first in the prompt. Excellent, mashallah, barakallah fi, Sarah, Balloon. This is wisdom, right? And ask Allah, Rabbi habli hukman. Allah give, mashallah, you are also learning the book. Ask Allah, Allah gave us the hikmah also. And he was given the book and the hikmah of, and the Torah and the gospel. So these books were given to him. Yes, these books was from Allah. And at the time they were the correct books. And he was given the capability to write also. Okay, he was able to teach the books revealed to him. Okay, so these are some additional qualities. So I hope you have a very good chart coming up together, where you have Isa alayhi salam word in the middle, and you have all these qualities. So, and make him a messenger. Now, he was also made a Rasul. There's a difference between a Nabi and a Rasul. Okay, Rasul is like a messenger towards Bani Israel, and he would tell them that indeed I have come to you with a sign, mir rabbikum, from your Lord, not that I am your Lord. He came to them with a sign from your Lord. It's very sad that later in the books, it was all altered. And there's so many, if you happen to pick up some Bibles, you can start investigating and find out when was this Bible even written, who wrote it. And there's very interesting stories that you will find. Okay, so we were watching the other day Sultan and the Saint. It picturizes some of the movie aspects of how some people who are looking for truth, they come up and that this person starts writing, and later the church called him a saint at a later point in time, and then his teachings was included and things like that. So you can see that his message was very clear. He said that I'm a messenger from Allah SWT, and I have come to you with signs from your Lord. Okay, so I hope that you wrote this down very clearly in your notebooks. So anytime you feel despair, anytime you feel that it's too much going on, you walk out and nobody is understanding what's going and things like that, remember, Allah can make the impossible possible. Okay, so what was the impossible which was made possible with Isa alayhi salam? Start noting down. Number one, Anni akhluqu lakum min I design for you from clay and like the form of a bird. So he would, like a Play-Doh, he will make this bird, and then he would blow in it, and it will become a bird which is flying. So that's which fascinates a lot of people today about Jesus alayhi salam, and this is true, and this is in the Quran, so we all believe in it. Okay, so at that time Allah SWT had allowed the drawings of living things in that Sharia. In Islam, it's recommended not to do that. And you can again read about, just type in pictures on sunnah.com and you will see a lot of hadith come in front of you. Okay, so he created a bird like a formation, and then he blew in it, and this bird will become an actual bird. Fanfuhu fihi fayakunu tayram. And how he will become an actual bird, I want you to highlight and focus on this word right here. And I hope some of you have already done that, which is bi-idhnillah, with the idhn of Allah. It's the same word like in the adhan also, with the permission of Allah. All right, so was he able to make the birds into living beings by himself? Write your answers. Option number one, Isa alayhi salam turned a model into a bird by himself. Or option number two, he turned a model into a bird with the permission of Allah SWT, using Allah's capabilities, like la hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. MashaAllah, tabarakallah. Excellent. So imagine how fun it would be, right? Let's make dua that we sit in Jannah and we see these videos sitting with Isa alayhi salam, inshallah, and see what he used to do. Now, same verse 49 is continued, and write down what else he could do. He could cure the blind and the leper. Okay, subhanallah, we are going through the times right now where coronavirus is going all around us, and we can understand these words very, very well. So leprosy is also a disease, right? And what he could do is he could cure, somebody is blind, he could cure it, and he could cure the leprosy, the disease of leprosy, and uhyil mauta bi-iznillah. Even if somebody has died, he can bring him back to life. How again? Go ahead and mark this. See this word very clearly. Bi-iznillah, with his own isn't. Not that because he was God, he was able to do that. He could do that. Bi-iznillah. This is the focus. Wa unabbi'ukum, and I inform you of what you eat and what you store in your houses. Subhanallah, so many people hoarding so much, Zara, that would be a good research, on the Google also, like what is leprosy. If anybody wants to type the definition of leprosy, you can do that in this chat prompt. And he could tell people what they ate and what they stored in their houses. Imagine right now people are hoarding food left and right. So somebody goes and they're able to say, I know how many packets of rice you have stored inside. I know how much this and that. If somebody comes knocking on your door, please, can we have some food? And they be able to say, you know what, this is this much food in your house. And inna fi dhalika la aya lakum in kuntum mu'minin. Indeed, these are signs for you if you are believers. Okay, how many of us are happy that we are believers? Type 1. Alhamdulillah, Jazakallah khair, Sarah. Leprosy is a contagious disease that affects the skin, the mucous membranes, and nerves, causing discoloration and lumps on the skin, and in severe cases, disfigurement and deformities. It's mainly now in the tropical Africa and Asia, and it's pretty contagious, and that's why the lepers would stay like in far places, and they could not have. Just imagine somebody gets diagnosed with COVID. Right now, we are living in a world in which people are living in their own houses. They are isolated. Some of them living in their garages because the rest of the family doesn't get it. Right? Subhanallah, and he could cure that. So that was a big sign. Now, what's else? So let's look at that the verse number 50. Did I skip anything? We got it? Yes. Okay. So the next verse is, and he will verify. Okay. He will verify what is between them, the Torah, and he will, and what was before of me of the Torah, and to make lawful for you some of what was forbidden for you. Okay, so many things were made haram for Bani Israel. So Isa alayhi salam had also come to make those things permissible. And وَجِئْتُكُمْ بِآيَةٍ مِّن رَبِّكُمْ فَاتَّقُوا اللَّهَ وَأَطِيعُونِ, and that's the highlight, and that's the message. So I have come to you with these signs from your Lord. What signs? Now you know these signs very well. Go ahead, and how many of you can type these signs very fast? Like he can turn the mold into a bird, he could cure the leprosy, he could cure the blind. Go ahead and let me see everybody typing. Very good. Make a bird. Excellent. Cure blind. Very good. Make a bird. Excellent. So go ahead and you can keep typing. Imagine he could talk, and this was also a sign that he could talk when he was a baby. He was talking when he was speaking when baby. Good job, Mariam, you went there. And talk when he was small. Excellent. So all these signs he brought to them, and of course the book. Don't forget the book. That was a sign too. He had the book of instructions. And what was the action items? Fattaqullah, fear Allah and follow me. When somebody's fears Allah, when somebody has taqwa, then they follow the role model, and the role model of that time was Isa alayhi salam. When Isa alayhi salam will come back in this world, the final message is with the final messenger, which is Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and he will be following the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. If me and you live to see that age where Isa alayhi salam is back in this world, are you going to follow the Bible, or are you going to follow the Quran? Go ahead and write your answers. Excellent signs and shares. MashaAllah, tabarakallah. Excellent. You're going to follow Quran. And who are you going to follow as a messenger? Isa alayhi salam or Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam? Who are you going to follow at that time? Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Very good. Because Isa alayhi salam, when he comes back, I am reminding you again, he will come back as a Muslim, and he will be doing a lot of amazing things. We will talk about it. Ran out of time today. We will talk about in the next session what all he would be doing. And if we are there at the time, may Allah SWT protect us, then we help him. So, Inna Allaha Rabbi wa Rabbukum fa'budu. This is the message that me and you have to take far and wide. He said, indeed, Allah is my Lord. Whose words are these? Please write next to it. This is the words of Jesus. Okay, this is the words of Isa alayhi salam. Indeed, he is my Lord and your Lord, so just worship him, and this is the straight path. And this is the message that me and you, like when we tell people, like even yesterday we made a COVID campaign, so it's about in God we trust. So when we talk about God, he is my Lord and your Lord, and this is the right path. Now what happened when Jesus felt persistence and disbelief from them? He said, now this is also a very interesting story, that Isa had not brought a new religion. He had revived the religion of Musa alayhi salam. So he was calling people to the original message. But whenever somebody calls people to the original message, people are not happy. When you tell people that it's time to seek forgiveness from Allah, break down all those things that are taking you away from Allah, change your social profile pictures, maybe remove these wrong gatherings from your life, then people are not happy. So when he pointed out the problems they had to fix, especially the riba in the Jews, the whole system which was there, what Bani Israel was doing at that time, they tried to kill him. Okay, so he had brought all these signs showing that he was a true messenger. He tried and tried, but they were set in their ways. How many of us feel that today also the same thing happens? It's very good, yes, Islam is great, Muslims are great, but how many actually show up in the masajid in the morning, right? At the Fajr time, how many are even up? How many are even up at this time remembering Allah? Right? So at that time they made a plot to go ahead and kill Isa alayhi salam, and they they were making their plot. At that time he's asking his companions, Man ansari ilallah. Even inshallah, when may Allah SWT make you a caller to Allah SWT, then every caller of Allah goes through some problems like this, right? And this is something very important to see, that he is not saying Man Ansari to me, who is going to be helper to me, who is going to support me. He's saying ilallah, towards Allah. And this, mark this, is the real motivation, how people work for Allah. All right, many a times I see amazing work being done, mashallah, and I refrain from like praising too much. Why? Because I don't want to. Rasulullah said, if you praise somebody, then you're actually like slaughtering them with a dull knife. So many a times you see wonderful work being done and you feel happy that alhamdulillah, they're not doing it for you, they're doing it for themselves, for their connection with Allah SWT. So it's a question for me and you. Man ansari ilallah, who is going to be a helper towards Allah? And this is a question that I'm going to ask you all as well. Who wants to be a helper with Allah? So go ahead and type 1 if you feel that your answer is going to be like the answer. And once you realize that this is when you are like, when you work for Allah, it's not like you're working for anyone. Okay, do you think Allah is in need for me and you? Allah is not in need, but I am in need, that I am close to Allah and I work for Him. This is a huge, huge honor to work for Allah SWT, right? It's a huge honor. When I quit Delta Airlines, at that time my manager was like, who are you going to work for? And I told him I'm going to work for somebody who is like, whose company is like even having offices in Antarctica. And they were like, who is that? And I said, that's Allah SWT. So one of them was literally, his jaw dropped and he's like, seriously, you're going to be a preacher? So once you realize the value, it just changes everything, right? So look at what were the response of these Hawariyun. Hawariyun is from the root word ha, wow, and ra. The same as root word as hur also. This is like the disciples. This some means that this how it basically is because the sincerity of their intentions. So whenever we work for anybody also, we just have to make sure that we are working for Allah SWT. Our sincerity is to Allah SWT. Okay, these were only like 12 people, and this Hawariyun, they were at that time, they were like, we get from a lot of things that they were very few in number. So always remember, it's not the quantity that matters, it's the quality. Think about how many people we have in this room right now, subhanallah. So it's not the quantity that matters, it's the quality. Okay, so hur, when we hear that Jannah, they will be hur, that's also when somebody has like big wide eyes. Okay, and Havari is also used a word for somebody who washes the clothes. So some people connected that these people had very, like, just like a Hawari is somebody who washes clothes. Some people think that these are people who had very clean hearts. Their hearts were very clean. And these were poor people. They didn't call themselves Christians, So they had not called them Christians. And also the Prophet ﷺ, called one companion a Hawari as well. Anybody knows what was the name of that companion who was called Hawari by Rasulullah SAW? He was given that title. I'll give you that as a homework maybe. Let's see if you guys can find that. Okay, so here, what did they say? When he asked and this all plotting was happening, they said, Nahnu Ansarullah, we are going to be helpers of you. No, they said we are going to help us of Allah. So inshallah, what happens, we have believed in Allah and we testify that we are Muslims submitting to Him. So even today, when somebody calls you to help with the cause of Allah SWT, remember, who are you helping? Don't do it for that person, don't do it for that organization, don't do it for any other purpose except to please Allah SWT. So inshallah, we will be sharing a form with you as well. We will like to do more than what we are doing as well, and definitely we can see who wants to be amongst the Ansarullah, and you can go to the link and you can put in what qualities that Allah has given you and how can you help Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because Iman in Allah changes everything. Look how they said, because we have believed, we would like to be Nahnu Ansarullah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help us all be chosen as Ansarullah, because when somebody helps Allah, then Allah helps them. This is like guaranteed, this is like 100% correct in life, that whenever somebody walks in the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then the way Allah helps this person is amazing. It's really amazing. So I hope you have written down this in your notebooks really beautifully, and ask Allah that, oh Allah, make us strong believers and strong Ansars of Allah. And the last problem, coming towards the last verses, they said, "Our O Lord, we believed in what you revealed, and we have followed the messenger." At that time it was Jesus. So write us, faktubna kataba, write us, ma shahideen, those who are among the witness. So you please write next to this that we need to follow everything sent down by Allah. Number 2, I cannot pick and choose. Okay, so number 1 is Iman is something important. So you have a belief, because belief will change everything. Number 2, you have to follow the Prophet. Okay, and then you once you follow, then you wish that you're written and as a mushahid of Rasulullah, then like that person, even if that person dies in a plague, like today, let's say you're a believer and you are in this plague and you pass away in this, then you are considered a shaheed as well. Why? Because you are having an Iman and you're following what the Prophet ﷺ is saying. Then Allah SWT is so merciful that He gives you ajr for everything that a person is doing. You don't have to be in the battlefield to gain that ajr. So they asked, "Waktubna ma'a shahideen," may Allah SWT help our names. Even right now when we are sitting here, every minute that you are spending for the sake of Allah, Allah SWT writes that for you as well. So the choice of ours, we have seen this hadith. It's a very small hadith. Manafani, qala Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, manafani dakhala al-jannah. So whoever follows the Prophet ﷺ, who obeys it, then he is going to be in Jannah. And whoever refuses to follow him, then that's where he's refusing to enter Jannah. So that was the same question which was asked at that time. And subhanallah, those Hawari, they said Nahnu Ansarullah, and they went ahead and they helped the Prophet. Our last verse, we're going to stop here, is وَمَكَرُوا وَمَكَرَ اللَّهُ. The disbelievers schemed, they planned. Makara is like an element of deception in there. They tried to deceive. We will look at this story in more detail next time, inshallah, with more, when you're more, we will, before we start the next session, we'll tell you what was their plotting, what was going on. Like today you are seeing that you're hearing so many news that even this what's going on in the world was created, and how there were movies already made on that, and this is used as a biological weapon and whatnot to reduce the population on earth and things like that. There was makr happening at that time. Subhanallah. Allahu Akbar. The makr word, but I want you to know that makr is not evil all the time. It's in all contexts. So this makr is, mostly like a fight between kufr and haq. Okay, and Allah always help those who are on His side. Allahu khairul makirin. Allah is the best of planners. So makr is not like used always in a negative sense. It depends where it's being used. Okay, so the help does not mean that there will be no challenges. Allah is the best of planners, and we will talk more about this aspect, and we will see how, when Bani Israel planned to kill him, what happened, and where, what do we know? Was he crucified really, or what happened with the plot that they had planned? Yes, so inshallah, next class, how many of us are excited to learn about that whole event, what happened with Isa alayhi salam in actual? Where is he right now? Go ahead and type 1 if you are looking forward to learning in the words of the Quran, not from other sources, but directly from the Quran as to what was the makr, what was the plan, and what was Allah's plan, and what's going on. Okay, so inshallah, you can also read more about this topic, and next time you come, then you can share your findings as well. So barakallah fi, inshallah, Sister Tazeen will do your questions with you. Sister Tazeen, are you able to hear us? So you can take the mic, Sister Tazeen, inshallah. You're ready for you.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Can you hear me, Sister Javiria?
Yes, wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I'm going to unmute everybody so everybody can respond, inshallah.
Okay.
Wa alaikum assalam.
Sister Tazeen, after
Someone is talking in the.
yes, can you see all the questions?
Yeah, I can see, but I just heard someone is talking. So can other people?
Okay, I can then mute and you can ask them, and anybody you are asking, they can unmute and they can talk, inshallah.
Yeah.
We can't hear you. Sister Tazeen?
Assalamu alaikum. Can you hear me now?
We can hear you now, yes.
Okay, alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. I'm so sorry for that. Okay, inshallah, let's. I'm going to read the question and then you are going to write. Okay.
Okay.
I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make me of those who get to see Maryam alayhi salam in Jannah. Yes, alhamdulillah.
Girls, some of you can even write it on the screen also if you want to write the answer. Put a star where you think you want to put a star.
You could just say yes or thumbs up.
Yeah, even they can put the stars, inshallah, if they want.
Okay, inshallah. Let's go for the second one. I understand only Allah SWT has the knowledge of unseen. Good, mashallah. I understand the miracle of Jesus' birth and signs given to him. Mashallah, they are so fast, mashallah. Jesus' message was to worship his Lord and your Lord, Allah. I want to be an Ansar Allah and extend help for the cause of Allah. Inshallah. MashaAllah. They are so fast, mashallah.
MashaAllah. So we will open up the tilawa also, inshallah. Once everybody has done writing, just give a type 1 when you are done writing on the text prompt, so we know that you've written down everything, like answered.
Okay.
So when you've written the questions in your own notebook, because we want to see that also in your perform video and your homework also, like we would like to see that. So once you've written down all the questions, then type 1. So we'll still wait for some of the friends to get.
Yes, some of them still writing.
Anybody wants to share any favorite gem?
Here you go. Alhamdulillah. Favorite gem, if they want to share, anyone?
Zoha, how is your hand? I hope you are able to write today.
Yeah, it's better.
Alhamdulillah. Zahra.
So we're done writing. If someone wants to share.
Or you want to open the camera and you can show your writing also. Any lessons that you wrote, you can show it on the screen also. Great job, Ayman, mashallah. Beautiful. Good job, Amira. Very nice. Sorry, my view was different. I'm just trying to pull it up. If anybody was showing before, you can show again also. I can see now closely. Good job, Amira, mashallah. Okay, Safa is done writing. Good job. Zara Sheikh, are you done writing? Okay,
yes.
mashallah. Awesome. Okay. So inshallah, then we will do our tilawa. So everybody can sit very comfortably and keep your finger on the text. And inshallah, let's collect a lot of reward of recitation, inshallah. Is everybody ready? Then go ahead and type T for tilawa. Just go ahead and type T. Excellent, Zara, mashallah. Zara is ready.
Fast, mashallah.
All right, so inshallah, we will play. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
نساء العالمين يا مريم اقنتي لربك واسجدي واركعي مع الراكعين ذلك من أنباء الغيب نوحيه إليك وما كنت لديهم إذ يلقون أقلامهم أيهم يكفل مريم وما كنت لديهم إذ يختصمون إذ قالت الملائكة يا مريم إن الله يبشرك بكلمة منه اسمه المسيح عيسى ابن مريم وجيها في الدنيا والآخرة ومن المقربين ويكلم الناس في المهد وكهلا ومن الصالحين قالت رب أنى يكون لي ولد ولم يمسسني بشر قال كذلك الله يخلق ما يشاء إذا قضى أمرا فإنما يقول له كن فيكون ويعلمه الكتاب والحكمة والتوراة والإنجيل ورسولا إلى بني إسرائيل أني قد جئتكم بآية من ربكم أني أخلق لكم من الطين كهيئة الطير فأنفخ فيه فيكون طيرا بإذن الله وأبرئ الأكمه والأبرص وأحيي الموتى بإذن الله وأنبئكم بما تأكلون وما تدخرون في بيوتكم إن في ذلك لآية لكم إن كنتم مؤمنين ومصدقا لما بين يدي من التوراة ولأحل لكم بعض الذي حرم عليكم وجئتكم بآية من ربكم فاتقوا الله وأطيعون إن الله ربي وربكم فاعبدوه هذا صراط مستقيم فلما أحس عيسى منهم الكفر قال من أنصاري إلى الله قال الحواريون نحن أنصار الله آمنا بالله واشهد بأننا مسلمون ربنا آمنا بما أنزلت واتبعنا الرسول فاكتبنا مع الشاهدين ومكروا ومكر الله والله خير الماكرين.
Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. How do you feel listening to the recitation? Go ahead and type 1 if you feel really happy, and go ahead if you don't understand anything still, then type 2. MashaAllah, Hadia, amazing. Barakallah fi. May Allah SWT reward you tremendously for all the efforts. MashaAllah. May Allah SWT make this Quran a reason of our delight, inshallah. So today, keep Sister Feroza in special dua. She's not feeling too well, so keep her in your special duas, inshallah. And may Allah SWT give her complete shifa. And you are going to be divided in 2 rooms. So I'm going to open up the rooms for you. Sister Tazeen, you will have inshallah Sarah and Nurhuda, Hadia, Amira, Safa. Samiha, mashallah, joined us today. So Samiha, if you want, you can just enjoy listening, or if you want to share, you can share in the room also, okay? And Sister Nergis, mashallah, you will have Eliza, Harush, and Ayman, Dania, Maryam, and Aya, and Zara. So I'm going to open the rooms. I hope you can use your time very, very wisely, so you can come back quickly for our Kahoot, okay? And this is the Ansarullah page that I was talking to you about. Before you go, I'm just going to show you if some of you want to, go to that. You can go here and you can, like, this is url.com/Ansarullah. I'll put it on the chat box also. And you can, inshallah, you are like so amazing. You can do a lot of things. We can do a lot of things together. If you want to start a book club, you want to do some du'as, recording, things like that. In Ramadan, you have special ideas how to take the message of Allah SWT, especially in these times when there's so many people needing our help. Like if I show you here, this is another thing that we are working on, is call for hope. So many people are dying, and we want that they can learn the message of Allah before they pass away. So this is also their call for hope and healing, where you guys can even talk to some people feeling very down, uplift them, make some cards for them. There are people needing cards in the hospitals, the patients, some kind words that you can share with them. So discuss with your leads in your rooms ideas, and you can go to these 2 pages, fill in, and inshallah, once you fill in the form, then we will be able to put it in your right teams, okay? So once you show us what are you interested in, or if there's something else that you are interested in, like, maybe starting a cooking club or something, you can write all here, anything that you have in your mind, and we can then talk about that, on one-to-one, inshallah. Is everything clear to everybody? Type 1 if everything looks good. Type 1. MashaAllah, Arush, I already started. Awesome. Excellent. So you can share your stories also. You can send us your stories also, anything that you want to share. Okay. So all the best. It's 11:07. So let's make sure we are back by 11:20 max to play our Kahoot and see who is going to win today. Okay. Inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. You can join your rooms now. They're open.
Subhanallah, 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 Alhamdulillah, 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 Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Subhanallah, 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 Alhamdulillah, 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 Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Subhanallah, 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 Alhamdulillah, 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 Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Subhanallah, 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 Subhanallah,